Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the exciting world of Overwatch 2 and chatting about Season 12. Can you believe it? We've got a brand new support hero, Juno, who's shaking up the meta with her fast-paced limit play. Not only that, but we've also got a shiny mythic Reaper skin to drool over and a fresh core game mode that's bringing some serious action. It's like Blizzard decided we needed an adrenaline rush, and honestly, I'm here for it. Now, let's talk about how Juno is changing the game. While a lot of the heavy hitters from Season 11 are still strutting their stuff, Juno's unique abilities are shifting those power dynamics. It feels like every hero has found their groove right now, making them all pretty viable. But, of course, some heroes are definitely standing out as the go-to picks depending on your team and the map. So grab your snacks, sit back, and let's break down the current hero tier list and find out who's hot and who's not in Season 2. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking Season 12 heroes in Overwatch 2. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Wrecking Ball and Zenyatta. Let's dive into the fascinating world of Overwatch 2's Season 12 and talk about our D tier contenders, Wrecking Ball and Zenyatta. Now, before you roll your eyes at their placement, hear me out. These heroes might be sitting at the bottom of the tier list, but they can still shine in the right hands and situations. It's all about the player's skill and, of course, the map you're playing on. Take Zenyatta, for example. He's a fantastic support hero who thrives in poke compositions, where he can dish out damage while keeping his teammates alive. But with heavy hitters like D.Va, Brigitte, and Juno ruling the meta, Zenyatta can really struggle. His squishiness makes him a target, and without proper protection, he can be taken down before he can even start to shine. If you find yourself on a map that allows for some long-range engagements, you might still make Zenyatta work. Just keep an eye out for those pesky divers who love to chase him down. And then we have Wrecking Ball. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a beast at harassing the enemy backline. He can swing in, create chaos, and disrupt their plans. But when it comes to dealing with frontline threats like D.Va or Reinhardt, well, that's where he falls a bit short. And if the enemy team has heroes like Juno and Brigitte, good luck isolating those pesky supports. So, while both heroes may not be the most optimal picks right now, with the right strategy and a little creativity, they can still pack a punch. Just remember, it's all about how you play them. The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Bastion, Genji, Hanzo, Junkrat, Lifeweaver, Mercy, Roadhog, Symmetra, and Widowmaker. Alright folks, let's dive into the wild world of Overwatch 2 and the C-tier DPS heroes of Season 12. Now these heroes might not be the all-stars of the roster, but trust me, they've got their own special flair when it comes to specific situations. Think of them as that quirky friend who always knows just the right thing to say at the right time. They might not be the loudest in the room, but they definitely know how to shine in the spotlight when it counts. First up, let's chat about Hanzo. The guy's got that one-shot potential back in his quiver, but he's not just running around like a headless chicken. With the recent tweaks, he requires a bit more precision than ever before. Gone are the days of just randomly launching arrows. Now you've got to channel your inner sharpshooter. If you can master his aim, you can really dish out some devastating damage and catch opponents off guard. Just remember, every shot counts. Next on our list is Genji. He's still rocking that potential to carry games, but a little bug fix has put a dent in his wall climbing escapades. He was like a ninja acrobat, soaring around the map, but now he's a bit more grounded. Nevertheless, if you can dodge and weave effectively, he can still be a game changer. It's all about finding those opportunities to strike when the enemy least expects it. And let's not forget about Widowmaker and Symmetra. They're both a bit map dependent, which means they thrive in their own special environments. Widowmaker is your long-range sniper who will make enemies rethink their life choices from a distance, while Symmetra is all about getting cozy in tight spots and controlling those close quarters fights. If you find the right map for them, they can turn the tide of battle in a heartbeat. Junkrat is having a moment too. He's back in the one-shot combo game. But here's the twist, you can't just blast away with one shot anymore. You've got to be a bit more strategic with your placements. His traps and grenades can still do wonders if you play your cards right, making him a threat that can't be ignored. Now, let's talk about Lifeweaver and Mercy. Lifeweaver has gotten some juicy buffs, with extra ammo and an auto charge feature that boosts his healing. He's the support you want when your team needs saving, but with Juno's flashy new moves, he's feeling a little overshadowed. Mercy's in a similar boat. She's a solid healer, but Juno's vertical mobility is giving her a run for her money. It's like a game of tag, and they're just trying to keep up with the latest trends. Last but not least, we have Roadhog. Oh boy, where do we start? Even with his rework in Season 7, he's struggling to find his footing. Once the off-tank superstar, now he's feeling like the awkward guy at the party who doesn't quite fit in. He can be a flanker, but trying to hold the front line is tough without turning into an ultimate battery for the enemy team. And if an Ana is on the other side, well, good luck healing through her anti-nade. So, there you have it. The C-tier DPS heroes of Overwatch 2 Season 12 might not be the frontrunners, but they're certainly worth considering if you play to their strengths. Don't underestimate these heroes, they just might surprise you when you need them the most. The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Doomfist, Echo, Illari, Junker Queen, Mauga, Orisa, Pharah, Reaper, Reinhardt, Sojourn, Soldier 76, and Torbjorn. Alright folks, let's dive into the B tier heroes of Season 12 in Overwatch 2. This tier is where things get really interesting because it's packed with characters that can make a difference in the right hands. B tier heroes might not dominate the meta, but they've got the potential to shine in skilled players' grasp. Think of them as the trusty sidekicks who might just save the day if you give them a chance. Starting off with some tank heavyweights, we've got Doomfist, Reinhardt, Orisa, Mauga, and Junker Queen. Each of these heroes comes with unique abilities that can completely turn the tide of battle. Doomfist can still pack a punch, literally. Reinhardt's shield is a game changer, while Orisa and Junker Queen bring some serious sustainability. And Mauga, he's all about that brawl. They might not be the go-to picks right now, but they can definitely carry a team when played well. So if you enjoy tanking and want to mix it up, don't sleep on these heroes. Now, let's shift gears and talk DPS. Echo and Pharah are still holding their ground, especially with their flight capabilities and insane damage output. Echo's versatility makes her a fantastic choice for poke compositions, but be careful if you're facing D.Va and Winston, they can ruin your day. Pharah, with her aerial dominance, can wreak havoc if the enemy doesn't have good counters. Just remember, timing and positioning are everything with these two. If you can get above the fray, you'll be dishing out pain like nobody's business. Sojourn is another name worth mentioning. She's bounced back from her rough patch in Season 11, but her playstyle has changed a bit. While she can still deal damage, her aggressive flanking days are over. She's more about calculated hits now. It's all about the strategy, right? Get that charge railgun shot when you can, but don't rely on it like before. Adapt and you'll still find success with her. And then we have Soldier 76, who's straddling the line between flanking and frontlining like a pro. He's your reliable workhorse, able to output consistent damage while staying mobile. It's kind of refreshing to see him thrive again, right? Plus, let's not forget about Reaper. This guy has been stepping up his game lately. The current dive meta works in his favor, allowing him to engage and disengage seamlessly. Get in, get your kills, and get out. That's the name of the game. Lastly, we have Illari. She's had a bit of a rough patch this season thanks to damage nerfs. While she can still secure eliminations, she struggles to heal teammates who stray from her pylon or get too far out of range. You really have to think about positioning with her. She remains a solid choice overall, but players need to adjust their playstyle to maximize her potential. So keep practicing with her, and who knows, you might just become the Illari master we need. The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Ana, Ashe, Baptiste, Cassidy, Lucio, Mei, Moira, Ramatra, Venture, and Zarya. Alright, let's dive into the A tier heroes of Overwatch 2 in Season 12. You know, it's like a team of superheroes, each with their quirks, ready to wreak some havoc on the battlefield. Our A tier lineup features some heavy hitters like Ana, Ashe, Baptiste, Cassidy, Lucio, Mei, Moira, Ramatra, Venture, and Zarya. Trust me, you won't want to overlook these characters if you're looking to rack up those wins. First off, let's talk about Moira. She's made a notable jump from B tier to A tier thanks to her ultimate, Coalescence. It's been beefed up from 70 to 85 damage per second, which means she's packing more punch than ever. The devs over at Team 4 mentioned that they wanted to make her ultimate feel more threatening after those health adjustments, and you know what? It's working. Moira is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and you'll want her on your team. Now, let's give some love to Ana and Baptiste. These two healers are still holding their ground without any recent changes. They're consistently strong contenders in the meta, bringing their unique abilities to the table. Ana's healing and damage output can really turn the tide of a battle. while Baptiste's versatility makes him a fantastic pick. If you want to keep your teammates alive and thriving, these heroes should definitely be on your radar. Moving on to Lucio. He's another A-tier gem. His primary fire damage has seen an increase from 18 to 22, making him even more effective in those skirmishes. What really sets Lucio apart though is his speed boost, which is not tied to a cooldown. He can keep zipping around, helping teammates without missing a beat, and his ultimate, Sound Barrier, is still one of the best ways to kick off a team fight or provide crucial defensive support. Who doesn't love a good speed boost? Let's not forget about Cassidy and Ashe, the dynamic duo of hit scan heroes. Cassidy has the edge right now with his flashbang damage getting a hefty boost from 45 to 75. That's a lot of bang for your buck. On the other hand, Ashe's damage falloff gives her a distinct advantage at range. They both bring a lot to the table, so depending on your playstyle, you really can't go wrong with either choice. Lastly, we have Ramattra and Zarya, two tank heroes who are really shining right now. Ramattra is dangerously close to S tier, especially with Juno's Hyper Ring, which allows him to tear through enemy backlines while offering some healing to boot. Zarya is another powerhouse, particularly against D.Va. Her particle barrier is key to absorbing damage and building charge, making her an absolute menace when played well. Just watch out for those maps with lots of high ground. Her mobility can be a bit of a struggle there. So there you have it. A-tier heroes in Overwatch 2 are not just good, they're phenomenal. Whether you're healing your team or blasting away at the enemy, this roster has something for everyone. Who are you planning to play in Season 12? Let me know in the comments below. The heroes in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Brigitte, D.Va, Juno, Kiriko, Sigma, Sombra, Tracer, and Winston. Alright, let's dive into the exciting world of Overwatch 2 Season 12, where heroes are making waves and shifting the meta. We're about to unravel the secret source behind our current S-tier legends: Juno, Brigitte, D.Va, Kiriko, Sigma, Sombra, Tracer, and Winston. So grab your gear and let's explore what makes these heroes stand out this season. First up, let's talk about D.Va. Now, I know there's been some debate about her dominance, but hear me out. Thanks to the new Hyper Ring, D.Va is really shining as a frontline tank. She's not just a barrier, she's the ultimate peeling machine for her allies, while also applying pressure to enemies. It's like she's got this new life with Juno entering the scene, enhancing her gameplay and making her an even more valuable pick. Remember, D.Va was already an S-tier choice last season, and now she's just cranked up to 11. Speaking of tanks, we can't overlook Winston. He's the only other tank that can truly hang with D.Va in this current meta. His ability set is just fantastic for 5v5 gameplay. While he doesn't benefit from Juno's Hyper Ring like DV does, his Primal Rage, Barrier Projector, and Jump Pack offer insane survivability. He's got the tools to create chaos and keep himself alive while doing it. And if you're playing on maps like Circuit Royale or Havana, Sigma might be your go-to option. He excels in those long sightlines, giving him the edge over other tanks. Now, let's shift gears to damage dealers. Tracer and Sombra have solidified their spots in S tier, and for a good reason. Tracer might have seen a slight damage reduction from 6 to 5.5 in the latest hotfix. But don't let that fool you. She's still speedy, hard to catch, and charges her pulse bomb faster than you can say, blink. And Sombra, she's still a menace even after her virus damage took a hit at the start of Season 12. With her EMP, she can turn the tide of a game, especially in dive or rush comps. These two are definitely the dynamic duo of damage. On the support side, we have Brigitte and Juno teaming up, creating one of the strongest support duos in the game right now. Their synergy is something to behold. They not only peel for each other like pros, but also have the tools to engage and counter D.Va effectively. Speaking of strong support, Kiriko is also a fantastic partner for Juno, especially considering her higher healing output compared to Lucio. This means more opportunities for Kiriko to snag those pesky picks on the enemy team. So, whether you're hopping into a ranked match or just having fun with friends, these S-tier heroes in Season 12 are the real deal. With their unique abilities and strong synergies, they can change the course of a game in a heartbeat. Who are you excited to play this season? Let's keep the discussion going in the comments below. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.